What is up, guys? My name's Simian. My name is Yen. I play The Sims. Did you see what I did there? Alright, guys, in today's video, we're going to be talking about piracy. And before we get into that in just a little bit, I do want to talk about what led Simmers up to this point. Now, again, this controversial topic is a very controversial. So with that being said, if you do leave a comment, please keep it respectful, as though everybody has a very strong opinion about this specific topic. And I know sometimes it could get a little frustrating hearing other people's opinions, but again, keep it respectful and let's get right into it. So with The Sims 4 totaling 64 DLCs, kits being the highest, which is 21, stuff packs being 18, game packs being 12, and expansion packs being 13, a lot of Simmers are finding this very out of hand and very cash grabbing, especially with the number of items that we are receiving. Now, a member of the Sims 4 team did take to Twitter to announce saying that Epic Games, starting May 11th through May 18th, they're going to be giving out a free bundle. Again, you have to have Epic Games, but many people found this weird, especially because of the Sims 4. Now, we do know the Sims 4 doesn't give out anything for free unless it benefits them at the end of the day, because the Sims 4 is tied to EA. Now, with the Sims 4, we came also the Sims Direct Communications because of the lack of transparency that originally occurred, in which they still haven't been. Now, even with all that being said, they still lead people to Answers HQ and so forth. Now, again, there has been bugs and issues and glitches in which we all know, and speaking of that came the famous EA app. This EA app is still in beta when they did release it, and told players that they had to unfortunately download this in order to play if you are on PC. Now, many users were very frustrated at this because a lot of things were happening, including the thanks to the Sims community.info, who went into detail of the EA app and the servers, and unfortunately they were down. Now, this has happened multiple times, and Simmers were just sick and tired of being sick and tired. As you guys can see, Simmers have been complaining about this for a while now. This happened just the other day, but it doesn't stop there. This goes back all the way to when originally they announced saying that PC users had to join the EA app. There's been times where the EA app has charged people multiple times and have still refused to give people money back, or has made them start a whole new count all over again. As you guys can see, someone by the name of Goddess Maeve said, "Hey, at The Sims, how come you took my money for the new kit but didn't give it to me?" But EA is always quick to respond when it comes down to certain things of the game, but again, we never hear anything after this. It's always, can you DM us, can you email us? And then including with the whole bathroom clutter kit came another disaster. Although some users found this very enjoyable, a lot of people felt that the graphics were just not hitting the mark. A lot of people felt it was very lazy on the Sim Grooves and to deliver not enough great quality when it comes down to the Sims 4, and it just looked very much careless. As you guys can see, this is an example of what some of the items did end up looking like, as well as the lounge kit not having enough masculine clothing. They do this quite often, and let's go back into January when they actually changed the consoles for the Sims 4, and many people were pissed. Simmers were just not happy. It was a consistent issue. Until this day, the Sims 4 console are still dealing with the problem. A lot of people have taken to EA's Answers HQ, have tagged multiple Sim gurus, and still to this day, nothing has changed. Now, I do want to also get into the fact that the Sims 4 sleepwear kit was only set for EA Play subscribers. So basically meaning the latest set of pajamas is only available if you were a subscriber to EA's game subscription model, EA Play. If you were subscribed to the service, then you were able to unlock the set. Now, many Simmers took to Twitter to announce their frustrations with The Sims 4, and it doesn't stop there, because that led to people actually going on back in January to begin pirating The Sims 4. Now, this always goes back to October, saying that they were going to release The Sims 4 for free, and then once people found out how expensive it was and what the quality they got, and just even longtime Simmers, people were getting frustrated. There was even a point in time where a lot of the CC creators, as well as EA Game Changers, were arguing back with a lot of Simmers about the piracy issue. Now, if you guys are interested in that video, I will link it down below, but you guys are more than welcome to pause if you guys want to read a little bit more. But I do want to get into some of the tweets that some people made back to the EA Game Changers. Someone by the name of Maya said, "Perhaps the people upset about pirating The Sims are just upset they spent all their money on it without realizing they could have had it all for free." Shrugs, "It's your loss, babes." Again, I'm very curious to hear your opinions down below in the comments. Again, this is back in January. We are going to get into some newer tweets, but I did want to read this. Someone named at the Bubba said, "If you feel so strongly about them pirating, maybe they should buy them the games." Shrug shoulders. Now again, these were at towards the EA Game Changers, and I do want to get into this one by the name of the USSO Room. Said, I have the original game, not complete, but I won't judge those who pirate game and DLCs if they really can't buy them. Games are pretty unaffordable in Brazil due to bad economy, and an EP from The Sims 4 costs 15% of the minimum wage here. Some people here just can't even buy enough food to live. Now again, this is a very, very controversial topic when it comes down to The Sims 4 and pirating in general. But as that conversation took on to Twitter, many people were going at it when it came down to EA Game Changers and CC creators who were against the whole pirating situation. Now, I do want to get into this topic fully, and we are going to get into some newer tweets where people are exposing The Sims 4, where Simmers are growing frustrated, and why they are choosing to possibly pirate. Now, I did crop some of the names out only because some of them were actually admitting to this, and I don't want to put that out in the open. It's the difference between opinions and that, so I just wanted to put a disclaimer out there. But someone does go on to say, I was thinking about how I miss playing The Sims and that I might try Sims 4 because it's the newest one until I saw this. In no world should a game cost almost $1,000 for a full game. This is why DLC extortion and gaming companies are evil. I hope everyone pirates this, SHIT. And as you guys can see, the person does go on to show a picture of all of the content of The Sims 4. Now again, this is an insane amount of DLCs that The Sims 4, and a totaling back to originally 64 DLCs. Again, kits being 21, stuff packs being 18, game packs being 12, and expansion packs being 13, and the game still feeling empty even with all of these DLCs combined. I'm very curious to hear your opinions and how you guys genuinely feel about it. Again, I'm not going to judge you. You do what you want with your game, but we'll get into my thoughts and opinions in a second. Someone else said, unacceptable. Can't launch The Sims 4 because the excusable itself check EA connection, some sketchy anti-piracy policy, but it's now a F2P game. What is wrong with you? Now, this all goes back to when EA just a couple days ago had the servers go completely down, and they mentioned on their site saying something's up with our online services, but we're on it, but this always continuously happens. Even after EA Help actually ended up saying that they fixed the connectivity issues and that thanks for sticking with us and blah, 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 they were still having issues with this app and people are getting frustrated. Someone else said, okay, I just tried to open The Sims 4 and they said that I didn't have the game. I tried to re-download again, and on the next day I couldn't open it again because they said I didn't have the game. WTF. Oh well, time to go back to using the piracy. Meaning people are going back to just going ahead and using the DLCs. So someone else went, it's lovely how the Sims community is like #1 advocacy for piracy. Like other games, they'll slide around it, but if you watch a video on The Sims 3, they'll be like, this is content from the Sims 3 store. I don't recommend you buy it, if you know what I mean. Again, I want to hear your opinions. I love you guys to talk all things Sims, and I want to know what you guys genuinely think about it. And someone else goes on to say, of course, I'm going to resort to piracy to play The Sims 4 when the DLC that makes it playable is the cost of a month's rent. Yikes. And they're not lying. I live in LA, and please, actually, I mean, my rent's a little bit more because, yeah, let's be real, LA be tripping. But anyway, someone else goes on to say, at EA, stop forcing us to use your broken EA app. We use Origin Insider for a reason. Do you want us to pirate your games? And then this user goes on to show a picture of the EA app stating that this is your new home for PC programming and that they have to reinstall the game. And then goes on to show a meme saying you want piracy because that's how you get piracy. And this goes on to show that people have just been tired of this EA app. And I feel like with the EA app, it's just making people grow stronger into a lot of hatred for the amount of money they are paying. And again, I'm going to get into my opinions in just a second, but I do want to give a shout out to I Ride All Day for this tweet saying, actually, I want to show y'all how greedy EA is, and goes into detail. A lawsuit is overdue, and as you guys can see, this is the amount of DLCs and the amount of cost that everything takes. Now, this is it is insane. I've never in my life seen a DLC cost this much. I don't know, but again, I did skip the whole Sims 3 generation, so I don't know how that goes, but if you guys have played the Sims 3, let me know down below in the comments, does this equivalent to the same amount? And although people are having very frustrating times with the EA app, still, the Sims game itself is still broken and glitchy, and it just has a lot of problems, including with console. Now, with that being said, the EA community manager did take to Twitter and EA Answers HQ to announce all of these problems about what exactly is going on regarding how they go through the process of fixing packs and fixing broken patches and glitches and all that jazz. He does go on to say, I'm not trying to make an excuse for time frames, mostly just sharing how many moving parts there are behind the scenes that all want to get a resolution out as fast as possible. If you guys want to pause and read, you're more than welcome to. And again, this is just goes to show, yes, there's a lot that goes on behind this, but the level of transparency, this would have been nice if they posted on a bigger platform such as the Sims actual site. Now, I did want to talk a little bit more about the Epic Games and the Sims 4 bundle that's going to be happening on May 11th, because I do feel like this is a way of them giving back to the community. But if this was a way of them giving back to the community, why not do it for everybody? Why not do it for console? Why not do it for PC players? Why just Epic Games? Again, it has to do with them maybe possibly collaborating with Epic Games and seeing if they can benefit off of that. How many people join Epic Game? Do they get a percentage out of it? We do know that EA doesn't do things out of the kindness of their heart, and although I want to believe that the Sim Gurus are here for us, they constantly do things where, like, for instance, Sim Guru Nick actually took to Twitter to say simulation lag is a symptom, not a bug. And then Sim Guru Nova says it's a lot, we try our hardest, and despite recent credits misconceptions, this testing team is as large as ever. I just feel like the Sim Gurus a lot of the times shoot themselves in the foot with a lot of things that they tweet, because we do hold them accountable for the things that they say, and we want transparency, but the only way we get transparency is if we actually at them or their backs are against the wall. Again, I'm just going to try and go more into detail of what I'm actually showing you, and then I will go into my own thoughts and opinions in just a second. But even with the Sim Guru Nova tweet saying it's hard to capture in 2 minutes of a live stream. And again, they hyped this live stream up for growing together and just didn't end up, putting out the full thing. And then even after the fact, they did something a lot later. It just, I don't know. There's just a lot of repeating problems that keep happening when it comes down to the Sims 4 and the Sim Gurus and the Twitter Sims Direct and the EA's Answers HQ. And I think people are just getting sick of it. And they're just like, this money is not worth it. The economy is very hard right now, okay? Everyone knows that. And so to spend money on a game that's constantly broken, that's constantly glitching out, especially if you're unable to play it on an app that they're forcing you guys to actually play on, I completely understand why some people do it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm really not saying it's right. I understand why people do it, because it's very frustrating, like I said, to play a game where you feel like you can't even genuinely play it because there's always something happening. You feel on edge. You feel like you have to save every 2 seconds. It's not a state of calmness and relaxation. And the Sim game is very cozy. It's very chill. It's meant to just be like, okay, let me, simulation games are very, very chill. So for this to be this chaotic, well, I mean, it just depends. If you're doing the 100 baby challenge, then it's a little chaotic, okay? And okay, look, wait, okay, some challenges are a little chaotic, okay? I will admit that. But I'm saying, as far as like just the game itself, it's a cozy game. We can all admit that. So with that being said, when you're always on edge of the game shutting down or something breaking, or you feel like genuinely you just can't enjoy it because there's always an issue, that's frustrating. And people are like, I'm not going to spend $40 on an empty expansion pack. I'm not going to spend $20 on a game pack that literally glitches out. I'm not going to spend money on a kit that barely comes with nothing and that has low graphics. I'm not going to just spend my money. I'm going to pirate it. And that's where people come into play of, promoting piracy and just being like, look, this is what you need to do. Because again, as consumers, a lot of people have commented multiple times on my channel. The reason they do these things is because they know for a fact that people are still going to buy it. That's the reason. So I'm very curious to hear your opinions on how you guys genuinely feel about that comment. So again, with all that being said, I'm curious to hear your opinions on the piracy. It's getting big. A lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people are doing it. And I'm just curious to hear your opinions and your thoughts on what you guys could think this could mean for the future of The Sims 4. Do you feel like if enough people do it, obviously we'll be hitting them where their pockets hurt, and we all know that EA is all about the money, and they will just be like, you know what, no, something's got to give, we got to step our game up. And even with all of just the new simulation games that are coming out, again, I'm very curious to hear your opinions about this whole piracy topic, as well as what do you guys think this could mean. Let me know down below in the comments how you guys feel about that. And again, thank you guys so much. We are so close to 18,000 subscribers. And I want to thank you guys so much, because I love this community we have built here on this channel. I know it sounds corny and cliche when YouTubers say it, but I truly do appreciate every single one of you. And again, I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.